Hey guys, welcome back to Zmari Talks. I am your host, Zmari, and it is such an honor to be here with you. So guys, today we have a very good friend of mine, and I just love that she's here because she has such an incredible story, and I want to kind of dig into her a little bit so that you guys can get to see and to just love on what the person that I've been able to get to know and get to enjoy what he is. It's my phenomenal friend, Kasheanne Francis. Hello. So she's playing like shy and thing, but
I am shy. I am shy.
she's the most social person that you will ever know. Like, I don't think you're shy. I think you're more socially awkward in the beginning.
Yeah.
I am, but not shy. Very awkward. No, she's not. She's not very awkward. She's just, and you'll see that. So I have been asking Kasheanne to come on this podcast. How long have we known each other? About 5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Okay, 4. Let's say 4 years. I've been asking you to come on.
I wasn't ready. It wasn't the right time, I just didn't feel
Tell us about this right time, Tim, because you believe in what?
predestination.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, I believe like everything is that will happen in your life is meant to be. It's like predestinated. So it's like you can't do something before it's time. So I just didn't think it was my time to be at it now. But now I feel I feel ready and I feel like I should do it. Like so the last time she asked me, this present time here, I was like, yeah, I want to do it. So I think it's just meant to be now.
Yeah.
So,
She's a whole new person too. A lot of the old, but there's a lot of new parts that she has learned. Yeah. To embrace and to explore. So I think that's what kind of muscled up the burger a little bit. So Cash, tell us a little bit about you. Who is Kasheanne? The person that you know all of your life.
who am I? I think I am working this time initially. I've always been a bit socially awkward, shy, even though you don't agree. But I really am shy, and like I'm overly friendly. I try to be polite with everyone. So even though I was shy, like I always was say hello to everyone growing up as a child. I would say I'm ambitious and I guess I've been developing mental toughness and grit that I didn't know I have. So I guess I would say I'm a bit resilient as a person. So yeah.
So you said a couple of things. You're socially awkward,
Yes.
super friendly.
Yes.
You said resilient.
And that has been a new thing that I just developed that I had.
You guys said it because I was gonna ask that if that has been the only time. But technically it has in some ways.
Yes.
Like in your space and stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah.
But you're being changed.
Yes. Sure.
So the way you apply that to resilience, kind of.
Yeah. I think I've always been driven. Like if I want, I wanted to be. I loved maths, but I wasn't good at it from Form 1 to 3. But I liked it, and so I know. And then so I stuck at it, and then I just kept at it, and I got my kind of doing ad maths and then pure maths at A levels, and got distinctions, and I was horrible at maths at the beginning, but I just kept at it, and I think that's just how I am. Like I kind of, you know, keep going at my craft until I excel at it. Like I take long to pick up something, but when I do, I just become good at it.
Okay, so I think she forgot to mention that she's brilliant, that she's really, really smart. So can you give us a fair idea of your academic background?
It's not even anything. I just
It's
have
nothing. Yeah, it's not.
Well, I have a bachelor's degree in dental hygiene and dental therapy, and then I have a master's in public health, and yep, from the University of Essex in England. That's it.
Light flex. So yeah, she's brilliant. She's an
Thank you.
amazing worker, employee, co-worker, supervisor, all of these things. I'm not saying that just because she's my friend. I'm saying that because like that has been general feedback of people who have worked with you, literally.
Yeah.
You know, so she's a sweetheart.
That's so sweet.
So, so tell us, you pursued academia. You were actually going to pursue another master's, or
Yeah, well, at one point I wanted to either pursue a second master's or a PhD. But ultimately I decided I would hold off on it for next couple of years because in the job market I don't need another master's to do the job that I'm doing or even to advance.
so from academia, you shifted into running athletics, right? Tell us what triggered that switch. Like what was happening in that time frame when you said, okay, I'm not gonna pursue the masters as yet.
Okay.
If you should remember.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Um, okay, so at the time I wanted to do academics, I wanted to go into teaching and stuff. I think that would have been like 2023, 2024, thereabout. And it just didn't make financial sense to spend the money on another master's, and I didn't really need it. And I was watching the Summer Olympics in Paris in 2024, and I just got inspired. I don't know. I was just watching the track and field and easily inspired. So I just got inspired and oh whoa, just backstory. I've always been like always loved sports and always been good at running, but my father wanted me to focus on academics, so I didn't really pursue sports as a child. Even through secondary school, it was just academics. And then, well, now as I was working and I was watching the Summer Olympics, and I was just got so inspired seeing all the athletes perform. And I was just like, I could have been here, you know, when you have these delusional dreams, like I could have been doing that too.
Yeah.
So then I started to just do some research, and I just came across something called Masters Athletics, right? So that's for athletes 35 years and over, and they still compete in like world championships for masters.
Not 35 over, but that's fine. But
No, I'm not. And then I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I was just reading the story of this lady who is like 70, and she won swimming, and she retired at 65, and then she picked up swimming as a hobby, and then she started to compete. And I just got even more inspired by that. So I started looking into it in Trinidad, and I saw we have something called Trinidad and Tobago Masters Association. And even though you master athletes at 35 years and over, they accept persons 30 years and over.
youngins.
So you could be a part of the association. And I decided to join it so it was the summer of 2024. And then I would have turned 30 in December 2024. So it's like when I turned 30 in Jan 2025, I will join them.
And you did.
And I did.
What was your mental state or emotions coming into it? Were you feeling a little bit intimidated?
Yeah. So when I started the masters athletics, I joined the association in January 2025. They said, well, you have to be a part of a club and go training and stuff. So I went to practice with them so I could learn, and so I wanted to do track. That was the initial goal, like 100 meters, 200 meters, because I love track, so I love shorter distances. So I did, and I went to training, and I really didn't have any discipline. So I go the first day, and then I got muscle soreness. So I skimmed the second day.
Wanted to show off. Right? The first day she wanted to show off.
They told me to sprint from like a 60 meter. So I had to do it fast.
Yeah, she wanted to show them her best speed, and she definitely did. You know, she came over, she was like, I remember us having the competition, it's like, you know, I didn't need to do this, but like I did it because I just wanted them to see how fast I am.
Yeah, because it's just like when you join something and you want to prove to the persons that I can do it.
So competitive side came out. Yes, go ahead.
So I did it, and then like that was like the first practice, and I didn't do any warm ups or anything, so I got severe soreness. So I got severe soreness, and I was like, oh my god, no! And I didn't go the second day, and I went third day. But while I was doing that, I used to do like 5Ks for fun, like hobbies. But
I forgot that.
my but but my main thing that I really wanted to get into were like the track 100 meters, 200 meters. But even though I was fast, I wasn't like very fast like as you should be for that sort of competition. But I still stuck with it, and then at the same time I was doing 5Ks just at the side for fun. So if you know about like athletics and track and field and long distance, it's two different training. So I couldn't do the both. I couldn't do the track and field, like 100 meter, 200 meter, and then also do 5Ks. But because I really love track and field, the 100 meter, 200 meter, but I've developed like a likeness for the 5Ks. I just used to do it, and then I realized I really like this feeling I get at the end when I complete a 5K. But when I first started 5Ks, I used to run, then walk, then run, walk, and I was very slow because I didn't have the endurance to do it because I was just into like track 100 meters, but I wasn't accustomed to speed endurance, like running a whole 5K without stopping. That was like wild to me. I didn't think that I could have done that. So I have to run, then stop and walk. And it's just like, why did I sign up for this? But then when I finished it, I was just like, I love this feeling. I had to make a decision if I want to continue to train for the track or if I wanted to do the longer distance because the training is two separate training. So if you're training for track, you have to train your fast fiber muscles, and you have to the workouts is different than if you're doing long distance. It's more endurance, temperance, intervals, and those things. So ultimately, I decided I would train specifically for the longer distance, and I just decided that actually I saw Timothy Chalamet. He gave a speech, and he said, "I'm in pursuit of greatness. I just want to be excellent." And again, I'm easily inspired. So I just heard the words and I felt it and I said, I want to be like that. So I want to be in the pursuit of greatness. I want to be in the pursuit of excellence. So I'm going to be resilient at this. This is what I like. This is what I want to do. I'm by no means an elite, but I'm going to do the very best I can. So I start showing up and being disciplined. And I stop if I train one day and I got muscle pain, I still show up the other day, the next day, and the following day, and then it become easier and easier, and I just created this discipline that I didn't even know I had within me, and I just became more resilient. So, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how running long distance changed your mindset or expanded your mindset a bit when it comes to you became more disciplined. Yeah, what was that like? What was the results in a sense that you would look at with okay, I showed up today.
Sure.
That kind of thing that really kind of reinforced that I'm gonna continue doing this. What was the mindset shift?
Right. So I think what happened is that I just saw the results of it, like of the hard work. I show up and well, first of all, running, besides the competitive aspect, it really clears your mind. So it's like you run and it's like you feel like the problems that you have in life or the world, it just goes away. You're just running into like it's a calm, soothing place to be at when you're just running. And I just it was just a feeling that you get of completing something that you didn't think was possible.
Right.
Like Lady, if you know Lady Chancellor, it's like it's a very hilly area, and again, I started off just walking it, then walking, stopping, and now I'm able to run the whole thing up. And so it's just mindset of I can do it.
Yeah.
It is possible, and so I moved from the mindset of like maybe I should stop or it's okay. You don't have to continue. You did this already. To keep pushing and keep going forward, and you can do it.
How has that affected your self-esteem as an individual?
Yeah,
And I want you to kind of expand on that more because going into track, you had some, you had some, can I say it?
yeah, sure.
Self-esteem,
Yeah, yes,
right?
yeah,
So going into track, yeah, that happened. But coming, well, enduring track, or
yeah.
through track, um, things changed. Things started to, yeah. Tell us about that journey.
Well, I think you said it. I don't think it's any secret, but I lack self-esteem. So I used to like walk with my shoulders and head down, and I just didn't really have confidence in myself, didn't believe. But then when I started to um complete like these longer, yeah, these small wins, not even in the competitive stage like races, but just in training, like with myself, I just began to say, I can do things, I can do this, and this is amazing. And it just, I don't know, it just grew my self esteem. Like if I can do these small things, I can do bigger things, and I just started to have this incredible belief in myself, and like wow.
And you saw that when you accomplish one thing, you decided to set
Bigger goals, yeah, yeah. So I couldn't finish a 5K, and then I decided to attempt a 10K, and then a 15K, and then I did last year UE half marathon, which is 21.1 kilometers, and then this year, well, a few weeks ago, May 10th, I did my first ever marathon, which is 42.2 kilometers. So we ran from Savannah in Port of Spain to a little past Eddie Hart and back to the Savannah. And it was just an incredible feeling, you know. And it's not to say it was easy, but the feeling of fulfillment that it brings and the self-esteem that it brings that you can do something like this, it's such a surreal experience. So yeah.
Tell us a little bit about when you started to run 5 Ks. Like, what was your time in the beginning? I had to bring out all the beats now.
Oh my
You know what I mean? Oh yeah. What was your time in the beginning?
Okay.
And the gradual um
Growth. Sure.
or improvements in your time. Yes. But
Sure.
tell us that and how that's for 5 Ks and you start doing 10 Ks, like how that journey went. Yeah, when it comes to did you get faster? Because she didn't really tell us. Did you get faster than the type of picture?
Okay. So when I first started 5K, my first 5K was the Nestles 5K, and that was in 2024. I decided I'm just gonna try a race, and that time was 43 minutes. I did it in because I ran, stop, right, and I didn't think I could ever complete a full 5K. And at present, my personal best, or PD as they call it in the running rail, is 23 minutes and 55 seconds. So
So where does that rank in the top people? Well,
the elite. So I'm nowhere near elite. The elite.
what is it?
Elites is it's very top runners. Their time would be like uh sub 20. Like for the females, it would be like 19 minutes, 20 minutes.
20, just anything below 20.
Yeah, so it'll be like 19 minutes. Some will be 20, 21 minutes, and so forth. But my personal best is 23 minutes. I have managed to make myself in the podium, find myself in the podium sometimes.
Oh, she's very humble about it, right? Most times, she finds herself in the podium. So tell us some of the medals that you got.
Gosh, so much medals.
It's a lot now, huh?
No, I just mean from the races. The medals that you get in 5Ks is not that everyone wants to finish a 5K or a 10K, you get a medal, right? And I've done, no. And so I have done like a lot of 5Ks and even 10Ks over the past year, 2025 to now. And I don't know how much time I would have made it in the podium.
How can I somebody go? Do you know? Silver.
No, but I don't.
Rock.
Okay, only when I compete for Masters. When I compete for Masters Championship last year, I got 2 silver medals, one for the 3,000 meter, one for the 800 meter. But the other times, if I come first, second, or third, or I would come first in my age category, you don't classify it as like gold, but interesting.
Yeah, but she got a lot of hampers and she got a lot of stakes and she has a lot of medals. Yeah, the girl is doing the thing.
Saw your self-esteem grow. Yeah.
You saw your discipline.
Yeah.
You saw your goal setting increase. So like, okay, I did a 5K, now I want to do a 10. Yeah, I did a 10K, now I want to do a 15K.
Yeah.
Then I want to do a half marathon. Now I'm doing marathon.
Yeah. Actually, yes. Actually, I want to actually go into marathons. Um, e- to be honest, if you didn't know, there are like major marathons in the world. There are like 7 major marathons: the Boston Marathon, Chicago, London, Tokyo. And I would like my new goal is to compete in all of them one day, just to complete it. So actually, I'm started to train specifically for marathons. So started off being track into 5 days, and now I'm training for marathons.
And you're supposed to go to Canada soon.
Yeah, well, I'm going to Canada next month in June.
I'm excited about it.
Yay!
Right.
And I'm actually going to compete in my first international marathon.
Right.
It's the Niagara Falls Ultra Marathon. So we'll be running across Niagara and then back. So yeah, so I'm excited for it, and but I'm glad that I got to experience my first marathon here in Trinidad, so I could know the distance and my body knows the distance. So it's just to keep at it and train, and hope to do well in the international stage.
I just love that. Because technically, like if you really look at this full picture, Cash, you started as a 100 meter.
Yeah, yeah,
Though, like, yeah, you started when you joined club, you just wanted to run track, 100 meter, 200 meter. Now you're doing what, 44 point something meters.
yeah.
So it just shows like what discipline and hard work and dedication really produces.
Yeah.
You know, it's just having a strong mindset.
Yeah.
Do you see that the type of mindset, the type of discipline that you've developed in track is different from the mindset you've had in academics? Like if you were to compare.
I would say yes, because um, I think for academics,
Um, you had a flex suit that you could understand things it was an advantage in some way.
yeah, sure, yeah. Sorry. Actually, it might be the same, Yeah, it might be the same because, as I said, I was not good at maths, wanted to be good at maths, and I just kept studying at it and kept working until I became really good at it. And it's the same thing with track. I was started at 43 minutes and I worked my way up to personal best being 23 minutes and 55 seconds. So I think the mindset is the same in terms of resilience and keeping at it. And I noticed even in the marathons, even when I'm doing hills, like my mind takes me so far. Sometimes my legs gave up. It like gave up on me. But I never stopped running in the marathon in Trinidad to the 42.2 kilometers. And I just kept at it, and because my mind, I remember what this marathoner said. The coaching said, when you started seeing pain, that's when you're in the brink of success.
Wow.
Yeah. And so as I started feeling the pain in my legs, it's like I'm in the brink of success to reaching this. So keep at it, and I just I just zone in and I just keep running. And so give us some insight into that particular marathon. Because I think you told me as some stories about us. Yeah.
But what I really want to dig at is that same thing that you talk about with pain. You're on the brink of success because most times, even in my life, I have powered away because it's painful.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do that in different ventures and different things that they might do.
Yeah.
So give us some insight onto that particular marathon and what your body was going through and this kind of thing that you had to combat.
Sure.
So yeah, let's from the beginning.
Okay. So before I even start that, I'll just start before that. For the half marathon. So when you start training for a marathon or even a half marathon, your mileage increases. So whereby you would be training just 5Ks or 6K, 6 to 10K. To train for a full marathon or half marathon, you have to increase your mileage. So you have to train now 15 to 20 kilometers, and then for the marathon, 25 to 30 kilometers as your long run. And so with the increase in mileage, I developed something called runner's knees. So as soon as I finish run, my knee would hurt excessively. And it's because I increased the mileage. And I have to strength pain to get it there. But so while I was doing the half marathon, I was in severe pain. I wanted to break sub 2 hours and I couldn't. I did it in 2 hours and 1 minute. And missing a goal by so short is much harder and much more heartbreaking than missing it by a larger amount. And it's just because my knee could not go. So I already started having knee problems before the full marathon. And then for the full marathon, I'm thinking, well, I have to even increase the mileage by more. So I kept at it, and then I was still having some slight knee pain. Even though I started the strength work, it didn't go away. So for the night of the marathon, I was doing the stretches, and I realized, oh my gosh, I'm getting pain in this knee again. So actually, for the full marathon, my two knees were banded up, and I had ankle braces as well because my ankles were like hurting a lot too. So I started off, and the excitement of a marathon. I started off excited. The adrenaline was pumping. I started with some club members, and there was rhythm section, and there were people cheering you on. It was so exciting. But a marathon, you really run a marathon alone because somewhere along the course, some of my running friends left me, or some were left behind, and so some parts I was running through the darkness in the highway before we meet up to the next cheering squad, and then you run alone. So you have to be mentally tough to keep going even in the darkness of the night. And then at 15K mark, I got a really bad stitch that didn't go away. And then at the 15K mark, I got a really bad stitch that didn't go away. So I tried all how to kind of get it to go, but it didn't. Then at the 20K mark, I started to feel very fatigued in my legs. And then I hit a muscular wall at probably kilometer 25. That what a muscular wall is when you run and you're trying to run faster, but you cannot run faster. It's just you're stuck right there. So it's like I'm trying as fast as I can, but I could not go faster than an 8.2 pace per kilometer, which is almost like close. It's like a fast walking pace, and that was like, but I kept at it. I said, I'm not stopping, even though I hit this wall. I know I hit the wall because I'm not increasing. And at some points I was like tearing up because like I'm in so much of pain. Also at like 35 kilometers, the tears was more of like, I can't believe I'm running a marathon.
Wow.
And it's like, I'm doing it. Like this has been the dream since mid last year of like what I decided I want to go into long distance running.
Yeah, so at 35, you were more like just grateful.
Yeah, I was just grateful, and I was just like, I can't believe I'm doing this. Like I'm running a marathon, and and the thing is, sometimes your mind is strong. Like I could do it. I could run this. I have the mind, the mental grit too, but my legs and like my hips, my glutes, my calves, everything was hurting. It was just it was really tough. But as soon as I reach back into a reporter's vein and I'm seeing the finish line and I crossed it, it's such a surreal experience. It's such a surreal feeling. And it was just a joy. Like I almost can't remember feeling the stitch at 15K, feeling the pain and the glutes at 20, feeling the muscular wall at 25 kilometers. Like those feelings went out the door, and the only thing I felt was just gratitude and just like I'm so happy. Like it was just of excitement.
That's so cool.
Thank you.
I know it really is, because even at the 35 mark where you went into that grateful like season. And I think that the shift is okay, I'm doing this, but now it's like I get to do this.
Yes.
And that shift from I get to do this kind of pushes you a little further.
Yeah.
And that is literally exactly what happened to you.
Yeah.
And that helped you to finish that last.
Yeah. Because I was thinking, I used to struggle to run around the savannah without stopping. And now I did that 12 times, say, without stopping. So it's just the change that happened, just with discipline and resilience and just being mentally tough.
Yeah.
I was just so proud of myself, honestly.
Yeah, we're proud of you too. I mean, I know I'm not saying that lightly, but just so many people who are paying attention to your journey, because now she's a celebrity and all, But just so many people who are paying attention to your journey and looking at you just enduring different things. You just posting things. Um, it's nice to see, and it's like your win becomes our win. So even as you're going into Canada, yeah, you're gonna do this marathon there. And there, very soon we might hear you doing the 7 top marathon. Well, that's the dream. That's the hope.
Yeah.
I'm pleasing.
Well,
You just never know
yeah.
what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's just, I'm excited to you. And, I just know the these things are really there to your heart.
Yeah.
I want you to touch on too.
Yeah.
This childhood dream, like,
Yeah.
as you get touch on that way, it's like, yeah, you had this childhood dream of just, I don't know, tell us.
Yeah.
I forget you know all of my business.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so as I said, I always wanted to be into sports, but I was kind of taken away because my dad wanted me to focus on academics. And so it was always a childhood dream of mine to be running or be into track or be in sports, be in some aspect of it. And I didn't get it. So it's almost like I'm living my childhood dream now of running marathons or running 10K and 5K. And initially the dream was track, but sometimes we're misaligned and then we get the correct thing and I'm aligned. So I think long distance really is the road for me. So from it being a childhood dream to now in your 30s,
Mhm.
actualizing a childhood dream. Like a lot of people would think it's too late. You know what I mean? A lot of people would think like it don't make sense to do this now. Yeah. But you actually had the bravery to even step out. Yeah. And do it. And it's like even that is like inspiring. And you're not just doing it, but like you're so committed to it.
Yeah.
And you're growing in it, and people get to see that.
Yeah. Well, when I now started the club, well, to train with them, it was just like young people, like teenagers who are going into career or future because the world will have it that for athletes you're at your prime at 18 to 25. That's when you're at your prime. And so I was just surrounded by young people, teenagers, and I could feel intimidated. It's like, well, I'm already 30, so I miss my opportunity, I miss my chance. But you can't let society or the norms of society tell you what to do. It's like, well, at this specific age, that is, only when you could peak. Because actually, science and research shows now that people who complete marathons or Ironmans or even they're actually in their like between 35 to 45. So it's like, but if we let that mindset that was said before tell us, oh well, you're not prime or you're not at your peak and you would never be, then we don't get to do the things that we really want to do. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, so what I want to say to everyone who might be see
I love it.
yeah. So what I want to say is that for anybody who is 30 and older or even younger and you think that you miss your chance in life, you miss your opportunity or your calling, and it doesn't have to be running, it doesn't have to be sports, it could be any hobby, it could be if you want to start a business and you just think it's too late or you miss your time. The time starts when you want it to, So just do it, just start it, just do it, and just trust and have faith and believe in yourself. So it's never too late, and don't let society or other people put their projections onto you to say that it is too late or the time is not now or you miss your chance because you really haven't.
So, and I want you to touch on too. You talked about the mindset in academics and the mindset in running or being an athlete. It's kind of the same. That's once you build it and type of discipline.
Yeah.
It requires a certain level of tenacity. It requires a certain level of work. Sure, yeah. What can you say to somebody who's just considering, I want to do this, but I don't know if I would succeed at it. So when it comes to the work or the application itself, like if you were to tell them what their process would look like in a way, what would you say?
Um, the thing is, right? I believe in predestination, but at the same time, you could never foresee something will be a success. And sometimes that limits us because we want to know that with 100% guarantee that we'll be successful if I do this, right? And you see, the process is never easy. And whatever you do, whether it's in academics, you have to study, you have to put in the work, you have to do the lab, you have to do the SA, the IA. Whether it's in sports, you have to put in the work in training or practice. Whether it's in baking, whether it's in like craft, you have to put in the work. So there's nothing, no hobby or nothing that comes that he doesn't have to do any work. You have in every aspect, you have to put in work in it, and there is a chance that when you begin, it may fail or it may not come to fruition the way you want it to. But consistency is key, and showing up for yourself is key, and you just have to keep at it. And there will be disappointments along the way, but sometimes you have to turn the disappointments into like success. So you just have to keep going, and there will always be people who don't believe in you or who will give up on you or who will discourage you, but you have to be the one to believe in yourself, and just trust God as well to lead you. And sometimes we're misaligned, so sometimes you like something, but it's maybe it's not the thing you're supposed to do, and you just have to get aligned. So just find something you're passionate about. So the process is never easy, but you just have to go through it. Sometimes you just have to go through things.
Yeah, and it's not just the hard work, but it's also the training. Yeah, talk a lot about you had to do strength training to grow it capacity. So it's like sometimes you reach dead ends, but it's only because you have to learn something new to keep going. So it may not necessarily be a dead end. But it's just like a thing to help you.
Yeah, definitely. Because even in training, right? Not all training days are easy. So it's not like, oh, well, I'll just train today because life comes, right? So, like, you get sad. And, like, there's a time training for the marathon and half marathon. I was literally crying while running, training because, like, I'm broken, but I have to still show up. And there were times, like, I'm exhausted from work, and then I'm trying to learn to swim. So, from exhaustion from work, then learning to swim, then having to going to put in a mile. So, sometimes it doesn't come easy because life throws us other things too, and you have to just balance it and still not give up on it. And
So you just mentioned swimming. Yeah.
tell us a little bit about it. Okay. so so I don't know.
That's a part of the marathon.
Well, no, it is. So I started off doing running and marathons, and then I saw this thing called the Ironman, and so or triathlons, and I just decided that I want to do a triathlon. I don't know how to swim, and a triathlon is a three-part sport. So it's swimming, cycling, and running. I could ride a bike, I could run, but I can't swim at all. But I want to do a triathlon, and so because I want to do a triathlon, I started to take swimming classes.
Right? Right? No, but it just shows like your dreams are possible. What you're willing to apply yourself with, they are possible. And I think just Kasheanne's story just tells us so much about just never giving up on a dream. And if you want to do it, just put yourself in your right environment, put yourself in your right place. Yeah. Discipline yourself, apply yourself. You can accomplish amazing things. You never know, it might just start expanding and your dreams might just start growing, and now you want to go all over the world, following your dream, and that's in life that we want. I think that's when you reach like that ultimate, this is who I am, this is who I want to be. When you talk about alignment, it's like, would you say that you're aligned now? Like in this season, you're more aligned. And it's not because of what you're doing, it's just
Everything is it just fall into place. So I really think I found my niche or my calling, and it's not to say that I'll go up for Olympics or anything, but I think I'm just so contented and so like fulfilled and happy in this season of my life with the way that running has taken me. And so I'm just so grateful for it, because I wanted to migrate because I was just going through identity crisis. I just didn't know who I am, so I just didn't feel like I fit in anywhere. And now I don't even want to migrate. I don't think I need to do anything. I'm just so happy with where I'm at, and I just want to keep going after excellence, keep breaking my own records, getting more PDs, and just doing things for myself. that I didn't think that I was not lying before. So I just think I was not in that realm of like, happiness of, yeah. So, yeah. That's cool. Thank you.
I'm very proud of you, Tash. I'm very excited for you. And I know that people are going to enjoy this because they're just following your story, and they're obsessed, and I love that. Um, like I'm her biggest cheerleader. Like I'm happy that people are like excited about her, because she's so not into those things too, and it's against her character, but she handles it with so much grace, and this is she's a sweetheart. But thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. I mean, you asked me
Like benchy up, benchy.
yeah, but again, like it was not the time. Like I was destination. Yeah.
No,
See how she mocks me?
but no, guys. Like I there's some people like I see things in, and because I told you
Yes.
on social media. But there are a lot of things I'm like, you're gonna do this and you're gonna do that and you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
That is true. She did not believe me one bit, and then she just started to walk in it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that
That is
that is
yeah.
very true. But and that's I like I'm just very excited that you are as you said like aligned, so aligned, and I think yeah, when you get aligned, like that's where your true contentment, true happiness really is.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for you. Thank you. I'm happy for you. So guys, that's this. I don't even know how to wrap this thing up. But yeah. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast. With Kasheanne. Follow her journey as she's going to Canada. I mean, you guys probably already following her. If you're not following her, get connected at Kasheanne. We're gonna put her handles on the videos that you'll be able to find her very easily on social media, TikTok, on Instagram. Kasheanne Francis on Facebook if you want to follow her on Facebook. You use your Facebook?
I do use it. And I respond to every comment, by the way.
She does. She does. I told you all that. She's very social. Just follow her journey, support her, keep encouraging her because I know it goes a long way. She doesn't take those things for granted. So yeah, so that's this episode of Zmari Talks. We want to just encourage you guys to continue to grow, to glow, and to be brilliant and become bold and unapologetic in your God-given purpose, as you can see evidence here. So love you guys and see you in the next one. Bye. Okay. Okay. What is your game?
My TikTok.
I told you, she's a celebrity. I told